Hi everyone and welcome to Campfire Conversations. I'm lucky to be here with a friend of mine, Neil Young in Glasgow, who's an incredible youth worker with the teens in this local area. And Neil, you're saying it was a bit of a rough area of town before.
When I first started working in this community, there were young people running around with machetes and big knives and golf clubs and anything else they could hit each other with. And it was an area where there was an awful lot of aggression, and that was the way of really expressing yourself and proving your worth and value to society, was being able to protect your community from neighbourhood communities, and that would involve going into neighbouring communities and beating them up to make sure that you were seen as the top dog. And so it's an incredibly changed community, and we've spent a long time working to kind of understand some of the nature behind that, and then working with the young people to find alternative ways of them expressing themselves.
Yeah, so your philosophy of youth work seems quite special in that you're coming from a point of view of understanding the teens first and building trust with them, but also with a mission to empower them.
We come with the background of asset-based community development, and so using that kind of those kind of tools, we understand that every young person is an asset, and they've got, no matter what the criminal justice system says about them, what the education system says about them, they are fantastic, amazing, unique, wonderful human beings. And so from that, we then work with them to try and help them understand their potential. And we do that in a number of ways. One of the exciting ways that I think we do is through youth empowerment, and giving young people decisions in the things that affect them. The old saying, "There's nothing about us without us is for us," which comes from Poland, has really kind of taken a great deal of we've used a lot of that in our work. And so we've put young people at the heart of decision making. And so our board of trustees, which traditionally should be grey-haired old men, is now at least 50% young people. And so if they want to make decisions about something that affects them, they have the power and the casting vote to be able to make that change. Recently we had a member of staff's annual appraisal, and so we go through the appraisal and we've set the wage rises for the following year. And with one of our members of staff, the young people said, actually, this guy's not doing too well. He could do with a little bit more training. And so instead of giving him a wage rise, let's put that money into his training and development budget.
Wow.
And so he didn't end up getting extra money, which was not what the staff team and the management had wanted. But the young people did that, and now he's a far better worker as a result of that, and is much more professional in the way he works with young people. And the young people were able to see something that the management didn't see, because they spend more time with them, they understand his needs. And so the young people are the experts on the youth work, because they're there every day being involved with it and working with the staff team.
So when someone like yourself recognises them as an expert, what does that do inside the teen's sense of self, do you think?
I think there's a huge variety. For some young people, simply being told you matter and what you say is important can be transformative, because they've always had you need to be that, why can't you be more like your sister, why can't you do this, why can't you study harder, why can't you do this, and to their own self-worth it just gets destroyed. And to suddenly have somebody say, actually, you matter, and what you're saying and what you do makes a big difference. But even to those who have had that, to have real, live, actual power that makes changes is something that, particularly in powerless communities, where things are always imposed to them by local government, by education, by the statutory services, by the police, they feel powerless. And to be able to have a small amount of power, in whatever way it may be, choosing the next project that we're going to be working on, the area to go, they then see that, actually, I'm so tall, this is me, I can do things, I can achieve. And by starting that off as a catalyst, then they go on to achieve more, and recognise that, yeah, I'm not going to listen to them because actually they don't know me. I'll go and I'll do what I know because I know myself.
Great. Thanks, Neil.
No problem.
Thanks for chatting to us today. Bye.
Bye.